to get it done on the gridiron. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Keenum's Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Play clock winding down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On second down, here's Keenum. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that takes us from second to third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Keenum now to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And now out come the Steelers. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit. I put some points on the board on this one.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Forced out to his left. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a give. This is Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They go with Murray again. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads. Took him right off his feet, right around the 26. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
Let's go! Green, 39!
They do snap it to Keenum. And Rudolph has it left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 41 yards. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, it's Bell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Martavis Bryant from 4 yards out, and the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Defense showing blitz. Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Now Keenum throwing on second. Flush to his right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time.
Here we go now.
On first down, Murray. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On second down, Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Hurry up, let's go. 3-2.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. 1 minute 53 ticks left to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll go again with Bell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This is Bell. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Now the Vikings now heading on to the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Oh, and Nelson spaced to operate. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here's Roethlisberger, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. This is Bell on the dump off. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And Boswell's kick is good. 1st half in the books. You're watching the NFL. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the 2nd half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it 1st on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw is Keenum. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Linval Joseph. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Time running out here on the play clock. Sherrills to return it. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Off the play fake, Keenum eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off, it's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's got room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Over the middle here to Brown. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers at first. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. This is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early, and continue to do it throughout the game, the end result is the one that we're seeing right now. They're ahead on the board.
It has been early and often. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that lead. And now here is another interception. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner. Joe Hayden with it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
And now out comes Minnesota. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the...
They go back to Murray on first down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They're going to run it with Murray. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
From the 50, it's Keenum. That's caught by Treadwell. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tom Johnson busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And he's able to get it out of there. This is a pretty good kick. Here's Sherrills. Whoosh. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. first down. Keenum escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 48 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So they're going to go for 2. Out of the gun, Keenum. Dancing to his left. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Forbath out to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left. And that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now running right through it. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now Roethlisberger over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.